We have critical labor market data tomorrow, and the market will be keying off of that. Right tail or left tail, we going up or down? We'll talk about it here today. Doing the video a little early, got some appointments and stuff this week, so I've been kind of hectically trying to put things together here. But it is Thursday, September 4th, 2025. If you guys like the video and the content, give the video a like. Also, you can come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. We'll try and do a quick video here today again. Apologies, but it's not like there's much else to cover here. So, I mean, we had a gap up, and it was almost kind of like, if we take a look here at the S&P, SPX here, it's almost kind of like we had, it was almost a similar situation yesterday. I was thinking, like, are they just really just going to do this? Up, little pullback, higher high, and then, just kind of chop it around for the rest of the day. But yeah, it's kind of trended. It's turned a little trendy. And yeah, we're up 62 basis points on the SPX. We talked about the possibility of a right tail the last couple of days. I mean, I don't know. Is it a right tail anymore? I mean, can it really be considered a right tail? Because again, I'm going to say it over and over again, I still don't see the hedges past 65. So that's really just, I think that's kind of our upside right now. Perhaps they could overshoot. Now, 650 SPY is, it's about, 65.10, we'll say 65.15 on SPX. So, I mean, it could probably overshoot to that, especially if we get a Goldilocks number like the market wants, or a 5 sigma beat like Trump is going to engineer. But we'll just see what happens here. But I wouldn't say it qualifies as a right tail at this point, because we're already up 130 points from Tuesday's low. So, like, it's, if we go up another 25, like, what is that, Or if we stall it, if we pump to 65 and then spin, that's 10 points, right? So I wouldn't even qualify that as a right tail. On the other side of it now as well, the left tail, it's definitely, in my mind, diminishing, because why? We got through 64.50, right? Now, unless we have like a huge dump here in the power hour, which isn't going to happen. However, I do think we'll see I could see us pulling back to 64.75. In fact, I think we will by the end of the day here. The reason I say that is because there's a pretty big iron condor sitting out there, and it's been there all day. And that's kind of why I was thinking we might be choppy as opposed to trendy today. But, it ended up being a little bit of a trend there. And you can see it's still sitting there. There's a lot of premium right down here. And we're above it. Sometimes it overshoots when you get this just ignorant zombie bid. Just kind of this passive flow. But we'll see if we dip down there in the last... I mean, they might even do it in the last 10 minutes too. But in any case, beside the point here, we got above 64.50. And I was just saying this to members. But, like, when you go into a volatility event, positioning is really important. Not talking about dealers or like futures or anything like that. I mean, like, the technical position, right? I know, like, the common wisdom is like, oh, if we're up a lot, that means we're going to go down. It's going to be the other way around. Not always the case. You do want to see the positioning on the charts more. You see how it's more favorable now, right? And what I mean by that is because, let me put some more time on here. Like, let's say we dip now. Well, guess what? This is now support, right? So we could dip here, undercut the low, and then just come back, right? It's a lot. Like, bulls have something to fall back on. Now, to be fair, they did leave there's just air here. Like, this is just ODT call buying, right? So we could retrace that tomorrow. Wouldn't surprise me, but, like, you wanted to hold 64.50 today, pretty much, for bears, at least to me. It would take a lot to get us to really break that at this point, I think. Does that mean that we're gonna go up to 6,800 like everybody's predicting? I don't think so. I mean, I still don't see that the movement past 65, and you may have just saw the ES here. You still got that pretty good looking rising wedge there too. Again, is it a retail wedge? You can call it that, whatever you want. It's there. And, you see momentum definitely declining. So, pretty good lower highs. I also don't love how the semis are lagging. You guys know that. Stocks had a good bounce today. By the way, Broadcom after the bell. We'll see what that does. I think honestly, I don't think it's going to go much past 310 if it goes up. And 290. I think this one might be a nothing burger. But yeah, that will move the semis. It's a big name. TSM was up nicely today though. But IGV down big. It came off the lows. We had a CRM getting whacked. I think ServiceNow got hit too. All that came off the lows too. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. Again, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a dip here into the end of the day. But right now, yeah, I mean, it's like, how is there a right tail if you just priced it in already? I mean, we basically just V-shaped, without any sort of, I guess you can kind of say we had a pullback there, but I don't know if there's a right tail anymore. So a right tail doesn't just mean we go up. It means an outsized move that the market's not expecting. And I think we're expecting a move now here. So that's what I would say. Right now though, Q's here up 71 basis points. Again, I just still don't love the laggard ship there. IWM still acting well. And if we get a favorable number here, maybe this is what gets it up to 240. I've talked about that level before. So maybe the Russell has more of a right tail, if anything. And then you can see the diamond here up 81. Yeah, still got a nice bull inside bar there. So that's acting fine. Transports up nicely now. They were down a little bit, but they did come back. Rates kind of on the weak, I don't want to say weaker side, but yeah, they were weak. Yeah, ZT up a little bit, not a ton. ZB here getting a nice bid. There's TLT. This one I'm a little shaking my fist. I was trying to get an XHB play on this morning. It's up 3% now, and I saw the gap up, and I was like, oh, maybe it'll give us a pattern here to jump in, and then it just took off, and that's still going right now. We'll see. This thing does it. I said it a few weeks ago. I think this is sniffing out all-time highs here pretty soon. It's sniffing out the economy slowing and the little bit more favorable Federal Reserve, or more accommodative Federal Reserve with rate cuts and such. Anyway, IYR up 34 cents. XLF was nice today. I know Goldman and JPM had good days here, although they are starting to dip off the highs now. And then we got broker dealers here getting a nice pop. Oil down 61 cents. Again, possibly 3 lower highs there. So careful with that. XLE did bounce off the trend line. There's XOP. Hopefully that can turn this into a higher low here and, hold these moving averages and change the trend. So I'll be watching that. And then OIH, nice outside move here, even with oil down. This is looking firmer. So energy stocks looking a lot better than the actual commodity right now. We had the dollar index here up 15 or 16 cents. ADP jobs was a pretty big miss, but the market didn't even blink at it. So it's obvious that tomorrow is the real number. Gold, a little bit of a dip here, but it came off the low. GLD, I still think 330 is about it for now. And then we got silver down 74 cents. Again, a little bit weaker than gold today, but it is trying to put in a higher low as we speak. Platinum, again, warned you about a lower high there. Got to be careful with this one. It's not confirmed yet though, but it's definitely a pretty good reversal candle. Same thing with palladium there. So careful with those. Copper, possible lower high here. This is looking like it is untradeable here at this point. As far as that range, I don't like that pattern. Cryptos were down today. ETH was down a little bit. I think these will rebound tomorrow though. After that, I don't think that they're looking that hot into the end of the month though. Also, I'll say that much. But I think we see a little bit more of a rebound here tomorrow. So anyway, see what happens here. Yeah, market trying to moon. So there's 64.91. I mean, are they just going to go for 6,500 right now? We'll see. I mean, we got 45 minutes. So I don't know where the right tail is at this point. You can't really, it doesn't really qualify as one if you're already, into, you're basically into this would have been the right tail that I would have looked for yesterday or on Tuesday. So we're already there right now. So interesting stuff here. But and by the way, when the market's like this, really, it's good to learn the art of sitting on your hands and just waiting for setups. I know we ended up kind of trending here today, but this tape was really slow. I mean, it was taking all day to move 5-6 points here, and now we're getting a little bit of a push towards the end. I don't know if they're trying to capitulate some shorts here, but either way, though, very, very slow action here. I miss days like Monday where we actually have some action. Hopefully, the month of September will bring us some of that. But I guess if Tom Lee gets his way, we'll be at 7,000 by the end of the month. So, all right, anyways, guess I'll wrap it up here. Again, you guys take care. Have a good one. I'll see you guys all for jobs tomorrow.